Hello everybody and welcome back to Learning Language. Again, if this is your first video that you're tuning in of mine, this is a concurrent lecture series with my Learning Language. In this video what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a fundamental linguistic theorem, and then we're going to talk about a specific function of a couple words in the Spanish language. Up here I just have por o para. We're just going to explore the natural uses and differences of those two words. From my math and science, it is what it is. That is now the proven fundamental basis of logic. And so in Spanish, lo es que lo es. And the first thing I want to, the big thing is I want to demonstrate that infinitive verbs are naturally read as a word with the suffix ing at the end and not to do something, right? Para proteger, to protect. No. Para es todo y siempre for. Por es todo y siempre by. And it's a huge problem. Not a problem, but inconsistency in the teaching diction. Go type in any infinitive verb into Google Translate, and it'll say to and then the verb. But it is logically incorrect. And the facet of the Spanish language that I want to point out, the direct consequence of this is que is what, que without the tilde, or not tilde, just the accent mark, is than or that. Porque, with an accent mark, is literally translated as by what. Que, porque, by what. And if you, anywhere in any school right now today, that is taught as why, a why question, and that is literally just incorrect. And the response to that is porque, because, no. By that. What is it? By that which it is. It is what it is. Lo es que lo es. And that's a huge logical problem, because many people go into language learning classes and they never kind of pick this up, and it is literally taught incorrectly. So when someone comes up to you and say, hey dude, an apple is an orange, you can't learn it because it isn't true. And these are just things native speakers and even teachers of the language, they can't differentiate it that closely. One, because it was never known, but two, because again, English uses more unique prepositions. So when you go back to another language, you get funky translations. And so we're going to demonstrate that. And so up here, well, I hope you can see this, but this is just a census flyer that came to my mailbox to talk about responding to the 2020 census. And so I just have the language that's on the flyer in both Spanish and English, and I'm just going to read through it and show you the inconsistencies of the translation. So just for the English, and I use this because this is like an official, people who know how to speak Spanish, I mean these are official releases. To protect the health of the public during the coronavirus pandemic, Census Bureau interviewers have had limited direct contact with the public until now. Interviewers will begin visiting homes that have not responded in August. Respond today and we will not need to send an interviewer to your door to collect your answers. In Spanish, para proteger la salud del público durante la pandemia del coronavirus, los entrevistadores de la oficina del censo han limitado el contacto directo con el público hasta ahora. Los entrevistadores comenzarán a visitar los hogares que no hayan respondido en agosto. Responda hoy, así no tendremos que enviar a un entrevistador a su casa. So a lot of the those two things are directly what's on this flyer. And over here I've translated the Spanish into English myself. Remember, para is always for. So when it says to protect, that is incorrect translation. For protecting the health of the public during the pandemic of the coronavirus. I just have, like, most of the translation I agree with, so I just have the differences underlined in asterisks. I'm just going to read through my translation now. For protecting the health of the public during the pandemic of the coronavirus, the interviewers of the Office of the Census has limited the direct contact with the public until now. The interviewers will commence to visiting the homes that have not responded in August. Respond today so we don't have to send to an interviewer to your house. And so the first, after the para proteger, the first thing I have asterisk is el contacto, because that could read fine, and I'd imagine most Spanish or English translations would read without the direct article, because it reads fine as the interviewers of the Office of the Census has limited direct contact with the public until now. So remember, in my other lecture series we talked about word salad. Super trivial, but that's an extraneous word, you don't really need it. And then los entrevistadores comenzarán a visitar. What did I have there? The interviewers will commence to visiting, as opposed to interviewers will begin visiting homes. And you can see, we talked about the ing. Here's them using the ing suffix correctly in the translation. So that's what I wanted to point out there. And then this is where it got interesting to me. Responda hoy, así no tendremos que enviar a un entrevistador a su casa. That is very awkward to me. Responda hoy. Respond today. Así, on the English, they have and. And en español es y. Todo y siempre. Y. Así es so. So, we do not have that sending to a interviewer to your door. Alright, and then on the English it has, and we will not need to send an interviewer to your door to collect your answers. To collect your answers is not in here at all. I don't know what the word collecting is in Spanish, but it would be collecting su respuestas. So that's, again, you just see them changing the actual fundamental diction. That might be all I wanted to show in this. Yeah, I think that is the example or the demonstration I wanted to do for this episode. But I mean, it's a huge deal. Porque and porque is not literally translated as why and because. And infinitive verbs are read naturally with an ing suffix and not to do something. Thanks for watching Por o Para as a part of the Learning Language series.